I was just playing some chord tones derived from the A7 chord. The A7 chord is made of 4 notes. A, that's the root. C sharp, that's your 3rd. E, the 5th. And G, it's your flatted 7th. That's A, C sharp, E, and G, which you'll find in your good old chord here. Looks like there are 2 E's in there. That's okay. You can have 2 or 3 of each note if you've got that many fingers and strings. Let's find some patterns on the neck that show these notes, which these notes sound really good if somebody's playing an A7 chord. These notes will sound perfect played over top of them. I'm going to play a pattern. I'm just going to start you out kind of simple here. Let's give you 3 notes on the fat string. The E, that's part of the chord. G, that's part of the chord. And A, which are really cool rock and roll kind of notes. Sounds kind of gnarly to me. So any one of those would fit right into an A chord, A7. Big fat G or low E or A. Now let's add the major 3rd, which is C sharp, on the A string, 4th fret. So if we play the E, G, A, and add that C sharp, you might start hearing what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's the major 3rd of the chord. That means it's the 3rd note in an A major scale. Check it out. Do, re, mi, 1, 2, 3. That's what we mean by 3rds and 5ths and 7ths, is they're just part of the scale. 1, 2, 3, do, re, mi. That's kind of why you need to know your major scales, so you can figure this stuff out. Do, re, mi. Alright, let's do the riff. That sounds pretty cool. I'm just making this up on the fly, by the way. Let's go a little higher. We always have to take it higher, don't we? How about this? E, G, A. A is the root. So sometimes it's good to pause on the root, just to make sure you're hearing the key that we're in. Maybe check an A7 chord once again. Now we'll just repeat the pattern. Here comes another E. That sounds pretty cool. This G, A, C sharp as like a triplet. And once again, it's going to be like E, G, A. And being the explorer types that we are, we have to take it higher. So we just found this A, didn't we? G, A. So if you're going to solo in A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Not a bad place to start. That major third may be a new note for you. You probably know enough to be dangerous with this pattern. We need to tune it up a little bit. So always find your root. That's kind of gets you oriented to what key we're in. Now another third, which, hey, that's right in the chord, right? That's the major third. C sharp, 6th fret, 3rd string, middle finger. That's a really good note if you're a singer and you're looking for a note on an A7 chord. Ah, it's a pretty note to sing. Ah, la 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 la, C sharp. Get to know that note and associate it with your A chord. Of course, we have to go a little higher. How about up to this E? 9th fret, 3rd string, E. That you could also sing that with an A7 chord. Better find my note. La 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 la. E works on an A chord. If you're doing some oohs and ah background, hey, what if you're going to overdub some vocals? One track might be that C sharp. The other one, the E. Put it together, you're going to have a sound like 2 notes. La 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 la, la 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 la. It's critical that you can hear this. Practice it and understand it. Let's go a little higher to an A. No, that's a G on the 2nd string, 8th fret. You could also sing that on an A7 chord. Notice it's part of this good old chord. Pinky on that A7, 2nd string, 8th fret. Keep practicing your pattern. So if you had 3 Beatles, one guy goes, ah, next guy's, ah, next guy, ah. Put them together, you're going to have like 3 guys singing a chord. That's how it works. Kind of hard to get the fingers right the way I want them, but it's all right. And then you got another A at the 10th fret, 2nd string. Ah, so if you got a 4th Beatle, you can sing another. Ah, put it all together. Ah, all together. What do we got? What do we need? Here's the whole pattern. Let's go a little higher to another C sharp. That's a little high to sing. Too high. Anyway, that's a C sharp. Part of the chord, which will give you a little chord here if you want. Remember D7? Check it out. D7, E7, F7, G7, A7, which is made of C sharp, G, and E. And we can put our A down here if we want. A, E, G, C sharp. Woo! And guess what? It goes higher to this high E, 1st string, 12th fret, double dot. That's the 5th of the chord. Then we got our flatted 7 at 15, G, and 2 frets higher is your A, 17, root. I'm gonna descend. You don't have to end on A. You can end on any of the chord tones. You can do a phrase, land on E, land on G, land on A, land on C sharp. Any of those notes can be a target when you're improvising, making melodies or riffs, or experimenting. But it's really good to know the root, third, fifth, and flatted 7 of a basic chord like an A7. There's other chords we can do this with, of course. Any chord, you can tear it apart, rebuild it into a big old shape all over the neck. But for now, let's just stay with one chord. Take your time, play that slow, play it many times, get the sound in your head, get the theory in your mind, memorize the way it feels on your fingers. I'm going to play it one more time. One bonus, one last thing. This is a special little chord that's really cool. It's a G plus a C sharp, 5th fret, 4th string, G, plus the C sharp on the 3rd string, 6th fret, 3rd string. A G and a C sharp sounds like this. And you can move it around to other keys. That's just a two-note chord. All right, there you go. Get working on your A7 business, guys. Have fun. Thanks.